Welcome to 30 minutes of fluid yoga stretching. You're going to get started by finding a comfortable seated position at the top of your mat, allowing the legs to cross and your hands to rest comfortably in your lap. We're going to begin with 5 slow, deep breaths. And drawing your hands into heart center. If you'd like, you can set an intention for your practice. To get started, we're going to come to a tabletop, allowing the shoulders to stack right on top of the wrists and the elbows, and then begin a cat-cow motion, taking the spine up and down, beginning slowly with smaller movements, and then gradually allowing the movements to get a bit larger, engaging the core, and allowing perhaps even your neck to move just slightly up and down with the spine. Begin to extend your right leg behind you, keeping the ball of the foot on the mat. You'll stretch through the right side of your calf. With a strong core, begin to float, lifting the right foot up and off of the mat, stretching long through your spine and long through the back of your neck. By bringing a bend into your right knee, start to take a modified 3-legged dog, starting to lift the right hip higher than the left, opening up the right side of your body. Draw the knee towards your nose, rounding your spine, and then extend the right leg behind you. Do it again, drawing the knee towards your nose to round and extend the right leg back. And a third final time, draw your knee in towards your nose, stretch the right leg behind you, release the ball of the foot to the mat, and then begin to take your right leg and stretch it all the way off towards the right side, bringing the sole of your foot onto the floor and using an inhale to rise up to a kneeling position. As the arms stretch high, grab hold of your left wrist and begin a small tilt towards the right side, keeping the core engaged as you tilt your body right. Slow and deep breath. Use an inhale, return to center, and then stretch your left hand all the way down towards the floor to the outside of your left knee. Stretch your right arm alongside your ear, and perhaps even allow your right foot to feel a little bit lighter on the mat as you stretch along through the side of your body. As you return back to center, hands plant. The left knee is going to slide forward into a modified version of our pigeon. Allow your left hip to release all the way to the mat, and then bend into your right knee so that the ankle rests gently on the floor as you crawl in a diagonal, allowing your chest to rest over your left shin. As you come back through center, plant your hands, return to a tabletop, and begin once more the cat-cow motion with your spine. Maybe finding a little bit more mobility and a little bit more engagement through the belly as you move the spine up and down with breath. Find a strong neutral spine, and now extend the left leg, keeping the ball of the foot on the floor. beginning to stretch through the left side of your body, strong and engaged across your shoulder blades. With a strong core, begin to float the left toes away from the mat, extending energy through the ball of your foot. By bending into your left knee, begin that modified version of a three-legged dog, opening up through the left side of your body. And then draw your left knee all the way in towards your nose, rounding through the spine. Begin to extend the left leg straight back behind you. And do it again. Draw the knee in towards your nose as you round. Extend the left leg strong, straight back behind you. And one final time, knee comes in towards your nose as you round. Then you extend the leg, return the ball of the left foot back to the mat. Stabilize, drawing the core in, feel length along the back body. And then extend your left foot off towards the side as you rise all the way up to a kneeling position. This time you catch hold of your right wrist, draw length to both sides of the body, and begin to tilt towards the left. Maintaining integrity through the spine by drawing the belly in and up as you breathe. Return to center, and then release your right hand all the way off towards the right side, stretching your left arm long alongside your ear, and perhaps even getting a bit lighter through the left toes as you stretch through the entire side of your body. Coming back to your tabletop position, we'll take the right knee in for our modified pigeon. By sliding the right shin all the way up towards the top, you come onto your right hip and then bend the left leg behind you so you can crawl on a diagonal over your right shin, bowing the head. And allow here for a very slow process of breath, the inhales and the exhales expanding through your back body. As you make your way to your tabletop once more, this time we'll allow the toes to tuck and lift the hips, coming into your downward facing dog. You can draw length to the backs of the legs, allowing the heels to get a little heavier, even if they don't touch the floor. Begin to slowly walk your feet all the way up towards your hands, coming to the top of the mat. We're going to begin our first forward fold here. A ragdoll, you can grab hold of your elbows, a little bit of softness to your knees, or maybe a pretty deep bend. On an in-breath, begin to rise all the way up to standing. Reach your arms high, and then draw your hands right into heart center. With an in-breath, reach the arms up overhead one more time. And as you exhale, begin to fold your body in half. Coming into your forward fold, and then lifting about halfway up, a flat back. You draw length to the spine. The belly pulls in, and the back of the neck stays very long. Allow the hands to plant on the mat, and slowly return your feet back to the back edge of the mat, coming into a plank. Hold here for 5 full breaths, drawing the belly in, stacking shoulders over top of your wrists. The hands engage slightly, they squeeze the mat. Slow, deep breath, and then release the knees to the mat, lower, come all the way down onto your stomach. For a low, tiny baby cobra, you're gonna lift the heart just a couple inches. The hands, allow them to float and hover just a couple inches off of the floor. Stay long in the back of the neck as you breathe. Return the hands to the mat, lower, and then press back to a tabletop. Tuck the toes and lift up into your downward facing dog. Allow the knees to soften, and once more begin to walk your feet all the way up towards your hands. Use an in-breath to sweep all the way to standing. Hands draw together, and you grab hold of your left wrist nice and high. You begin to tilt towards the right side. Staying strong through the belly, continuing to feel your breath move up the left side of your ribcage. To switch sides, come back to center, grab hold of your right wrist, and begin to tilt towards the left. Once more, drawing the belly in and up to stay strong, and sending breath right into the right side of your ribcage. Coming back to center, hands draw into your heart. Forward fold over your legs and allow the hands to touch down on the mat. Begin to slide the left leg back behind you. Release the left knee. You'll be in a low lunge. We'll take a twist by extending the right hand straight up towards the ceiling. You can keep the left knee on the floor, or you can choose to tuck your back toes and begin to send length to the left leg, allowing the knee to lift off the mat for an increase in your balance. Return the left knee to the mat if it's lifted. We'll take a half split. The hips rock back slightly and the right leg begins to lengthen. You curl the right toes in towards your shin as you fold over that right leg. A little softness or deep bend in the right knee is fine as the hamstrings begin to open. You can stay upright here, or you can begin to modify and slide the hips all the way back so that you're seated on your left heel as you fold over your right leg. As you lift, we're going to take a step forward, and the left foot will join the right, the top of the mat, feet hips distance apart. With an inhale, sweep, rise all the way up to standing, let your palms touch, and then exhale, fold back over your legs. We'll take it on the other side, and by extending your right leg all the way back behind you, release the right knee down to the mat. Take a twist. Left arm begins to stretch straight up towards the ceiling. You open your heart. And once more, the option to either keep the right knee down on the floor or tuck your back right toes, sending energy through the right leg to lift the right knee up and off the mat. Return the right knee to the earth if it was lifted. Begin your half split. Hips rock back. Left leg begins to extend, and the left toes, they curl in towards your shin. You can modify here with a deeper bend or softness in the left knee as you fold over your left leg, remembering to breathe. And either stay upright, or to take a different variation, slide the hips all the way back so that you're seated on the right heel as you fold once more over your left leg. Inhale to lift. Take a step forward, move your right foot up, meeting the left about hips distance apart. Then inhale, rise, come all the way up to standing. As hands pull into heart center, we're going to take a standing back bend. The hands are going to draw behind you, and if possible, allow the fingertips to face up towards the ceiling. Strong in your belly, lift just through the heart and the chest here. You'll notice most the sensation between the shoulder blades in the upper third of our spine. Stay strong through the core, strong as you inhale and exhale. You're lifting the heart. Return the spine to neutral. Hands to heart center. We'll reach the arms towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, come into your flat back. Crawl your hands up your shins. Get long in the spine. And as the hands touch down on the mat, walk back to your plank. From here, a chaturanga, you can allow the knees to touch down towards the earth as you slowly lower your chest all the way down to the floor. Lift for your Cobra by pressing your hands into the mat. And then to return to down dog, you tuck the toes, lift the hips high, and draw heaviness to the backs of the heels. Walk your feet all the way up to the top of the mat. And as feet near your hands, this time bring the feet closer together so the big toes are touching. We take a chair pose. By bending your knees, sweep the arms up overhead, lift your heart. And we'll open the shoulders by clasping the hands together behind your low back. Broaden across your chest. Stay strong in the belly, drawing it in and up. Release the clasp of hands behind your back. Sweep your arms all the way towards the ceiling. Exhale, fold over your legs, and we flow. Through a flat back, you draw length to your spine, then hands plant, come into your plank, a high push-up. This time, perhaps you try keeping the knees lifted as you lower down. Into your upward facing dog, keep the thighs off the mat, and then return to your downward facing dog by lifting the hips high. Feet walk all the way up towards the hands. And again, we return to our chair pose. Feet come together, knees bend, and arms sweep. To come into a twist, draw your hands into heart center. Twist towards the left, taking your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Stay strong in the midsection. Draw length to the back of the neck. Use an inhale to return back through center. So you can twist the other way. Twisting towards the right this time, left elbow hooks to the outside of the knee as you breathe. Come back through center and all the way up to standing. Allow your hands to meet at heart center. We're going to begin to build a series of tree poses. All the weight will now shift into the right foot, and take the arch of your left foot and place it just atop your right. This is where you can stay, work on balance here. Or perhaps you take the sole of the left foot and draw it right up near the inner part of your right calf. Drawing the knee slightly behind you, stay with breath. To go deeper still, the sole of your left foot can move into the inner part of your right thigh. With control, return the left foot to the earth and we'll switch sides. The weight pours into your left foot. You take the arch of your right foot and just place it atop your left foot. You can stay here and build your balance. Or you might take the sole of your right foot and move it up towards the inside of your left calf. Again, choosing to stay with this variation, or perhaps sliding the sole of the right foot higher up, bringing it near the inner part of your left thigh. Hands return to heart center, and you breathe. Return the right foot to the mat. With an in-breath, sweep your arms all the way up towards the ceiling, and as you exhale, forward fold over your legs. Draw length to the spine, a flat back. Hands to the mat, walk back to your plank. Lower through your chaturanga push-up, an upward facing dog or cobra, downward facing dog, and into a tabletop. Allow the knees to touch. To your child's pose, slide your hips all the way back towards your heels. Arms can stretch out towards the top of your mat, and your breath will slow down. For Anahatasana, our heart-opening pose, you'll lift the hips right above the knees, and then take the hands and allow them to inch or crawl forward. The chest begins to lower down towards the floor, and you can release either your forehead or perhaps over time your chin will come down towards the mat as you feel the upper part of the spine begin to open. Allow for a series of very slow breaths here, deepening into the muscles across the shoulder blades and the upper back. Returning to a tabletop, we come to a seat and you allow the legs to swing to the side. You're going to bring the feet out in front of you with knees bent. We're going to come into a seated pigeon. Your right ankle stacks over top of your left knee. And you draw length to your spine. By using your left hand to hold on to the sole of your right foot, you keep the foot flexed. And maybe the right hand gently presses the right knee away from the body as you feel sensation in the right part of your hip. Come into a twist, lengthen your left leg, and then place the sole of your right foot on the mat as you twist towards the right side. Coming back to center, we take Shavasana. The sole of the right foot comes along the inside of your left thigh, and you crawl the hands forward along the left leg, folding. If there's a lot of sensation in the left leg, you can always allow for a bit of a bend to your left knee as you fold your chest over the left leg. An inhale to lift, and we take our seated pigeon on the left side. With the knees bent, you take your left ankle atop your right knee. Right hand is holding on to the sole of your left foot, and perhaps your left hand gently presses the left knee away to draw some length to that left side of your body. For a twist, the right leg lengthens long, and the sole of the left foot finds your mat as you twist towards the left side. Keeping length to the spine, you breathe. Returning to center, Shavasana, our fold over our right leg. And the sole of the left foot just gently presses to the inner part of the thigh as you melt your chest along that right shin. Allowing for any degree of bend in your right knee that feels appropriate to mellow out the sensation that you might be feeling in the back part of your leg. On an in-breath, begin to lift. The legs will sweep around to the side so we can return to a tabletop, our hands and our knees. And from here, we take our pigeon. Slide your right shin forward towards the top of your mat and allow the left leg to lengthen and scoot back behind you. You can stay upright, propping yourself on your elbows, your forearms. Or you can begin to fold a little bit deeper, allowing your chest to melt down towards the floor, relaxing the neck and head, and taking several slow, deep breaths right here. Begin to lift to your tabletop, your hands and your knees once more. And for a twist, extend your right arm straight up towards the ceiling, opening up your heart. And then weave the right arm all the way underneath the body, releasing the right elbow and shoulder, and eventually the side of your head. Left hand can stay supporting you on the mat or can crawl off on a gentle diagonal, bringing more space to the side of your body. Return to your tabletop, and we'll take our pigeon by drawing the left shin forward this time. Right leg begins to lengthen behind you. You can choose to lower down to your elbows and stay here, or you might lower the heart and chest even further down towards the mat, relaxing across the back of your neck. And once more, returning to a slow and steady breath, long through your inhalations and long through your exhalations. Returning to your tabletop, we take our spinal twist. Left arm extends straight up towards the ceiling, and now the left arm weaves underneath the body, releasing elbow and left shoulder, releasing the side of your head, and perhaps walking your right hand out on a diagonal just a little bit for an increase in your stability. You take slow, deep breaths across the backside of your body. Return to a tabletop position. You're going to come all the way down onto your back. Swing the legs to the side. And with control, you'll lower your spine all the way down onto the mat. Begin to draw your right knee in towards your chest. Feel your shoulders relaxing into the mat. And take a spinal twist. Allow the right leg to cross towards the left side. And then allow your gaze and your right shoulder to fall heavy off towards the right. At this point, you might allow the eyes to close as you allow the breath to be nice and deep. If you want a deeper sensation of twist, you can wind your legs into an eagle, wrapping the right toes around the left calf. We unwind the legs, return to center, and draw the left knee up and in towards your chest. You feel the entire backside of your body on the earth. And to come into our spinal twist, both knees can bend and fall off towards the right side. Your left shoulder becomes a bit more heavy and the gaze falls towards the left side. Choosing to keep both knees bent, or perhaps wrapping that left leg around the right. Just deepening with eagle legs, you can hook left toes around your right calf. As you untwist the body, bring the soles of your feet together for Supta Baddha Konasana. The arms are heavy alongside your body with the palms facing up towards the ceiling. Allow your shoulders to rest on the floor and allow your eyes to remain closed here throughout. For our final posture, our Shavasana, the legs will lengthen. You allow yourself right now the opportunity to just observe how the breath feels as it comes in and out of your nostrils. Bring small movements to your body, gently rolling over onto one side. And compress to a seated position with the legs crossed and your hands once more just resting at heart center. Namaste.